I just ran 12 miles and I need to get hydrated now. But what's in my hand right here can hydrate me way better than water and way better than most sports drinks. But before we get to that, I have 4 other drinks here. 3 of them hydrate you either as good as water or a little bit better. And the 4th one reduces cramping like that. As I did the research for this video, I was honestly shocked. When it comes to heart hydration, our bodies are fighting a constant war to make sure that your body stays in the right balance. So let's get to our first hydrating drink. And that is, can you guess? Can you guess? Can you guess? Can you guess? Beer. Now, a lot of you might know I don't really drink. I don't drink at all. It's very rare that I ever have a drink. But beer, especially beer that is non-alcoholic beer, hydrates you about as well as water does. Now, I know what you're gonna say. I thought that alcohol was categorically bad. It turns out alcohol is categorically bad. What isn't categorically bad, however, is beer, I guess. So if you take the alcohol out of beer, then you end up with a drink that is about as hydrating as water. In studies that have looked at this, they have shown that it hydrates you and keeps the fluid volume in you just as well as water does. I never really drank beer for the taste, but every now and then, after a ski lift, I'll have a non-alcoholic beer. Why is it that it turns out that non-alcoholic beer hydrates you about as well as water? Well, it turns out that this comes down to salt content. Both of them don't really have that much salt in them. Well, I've heard that salt matters in hydration, but why does salt matter in hydration? I've heard a lot about salt mattering in hydration, and I don't quite know why. Something to do with osmolality in your cells or something. Salt is a signal to the body to keep water in the body. Now, what happens when you rehydrate only with water or a fluid, let's say like non-alcoholic beer, not recommended, is the ratio of water to salt in your blood decreases. There's less salt floating around. This is a huge problem because it's a signal to the body there's too much water in the blood because the ratio of salt is off. So get this water out of the body now. This is why you can actually maybe finish a long run, a long bike ride, or be exercising really hard, and you can actually drink water and then feel the same amount of dehydration because your body has said, well, I can't hold on to this water. The ratio of salt to water is off. Get the water out. And then you end up having to pee a lot. Thing for us to remember is that salt is a signal for your body to hold on to water, and that's exactly what we want your body to do. Staying hydrated is as much of a game as paying attention to salt as it is about getting the right fluids in. I really hope some non-alcoholic beer company sees this and they make a non-alcoholic beer for endurance athletes where they put a bunch of salt in it. That'd be pretty cool. Contact me if you're interested. Now, one thing that non-alcoholic beer could actually edge out water for hydration is the fact that it has carbohydrates in it. Beer is fattening, lots of people know that, and it's not necessarily fattening. Beer has carbohydrates in it, which could actually slightly edge it out over just plain water, even though the studies didn't show that. This brings us to our next drink, actually, this concept of carbohydrates. And our next drink, you've probably heard of, you've probably seen it, it's in a lot of offices now, and that drink is coconut water. Now, as you can see here, I have tried to drink all of this coconut water, and I gotta be honest with you, I hate coconut water. I have tried so hard to like coconut water. Nothing against this brand. This brand's great. This brand's probably one of the best brands. Coconut water is another great hydrator. And again, what we just learned about water, beer, and this whole salt thing, coconut water has some interesting fixes for. So first, coconut water has a profile of electrolytes in it. That just means a bunch of different salts. People drink this stuff. I have tried so hard to get into coconut water and I can't. I don't like desserts with coconut in it. It doesn't matter. Despite my insatiable sweet tooth, if it has coconut in it, I'm not gonna eat it and I'm not gonna drink it. Maybe that's how I could keep desserts out of the house. Now, again, coconut water is full of electrolytes. It has potassium, sodium, magnesium, calcium. Is that an electrolyte? Something else. We know that sodium is important. This has sodium in it. It has electrolytes in it. It's a signal to the body, hey, hold on to this fluid that you've just drank. But coconut water has another special ingredient in it called sugar. Now, these are natural sugars, which some people will tell you are good. I'm not going to get into that debate. In any case, it does have sugar in it, and sugar is actually quite useful. Here's why. Because when fluids get into your body, there is a special little dude in your small intestine when you eventually start digesting this fluid called the sodium glucose cotransporter. That's a mouthful. Basically, what this little guy does is when he sees that there's glucose, it makes it the whole process faster to just transport that glucose with the fluid that's included into it to some place that helps it get to work faster. That's all it does. So that's why having glucose in something, so in this coconut water, about half of the sugar is glucose, and then that glucose cotransporter gets activated and then gets this fluid to where it needs to go faster, which makes this about as good as a sports drink, and in some cases, much better than some sports drinks on the market. My biggest gripe with coconut water, however, is that I just can't stand how it makes my teeth feel. It feels like my teeth are gonna fall out when I drink this stuff. I just can't, I can't do it. I can't, sorry, I said it, I can't do it. I just can't do it. All right, what I've got in my hand here is gonna surprise some folks. Some people may have heard of it already. But this is chicken broth. Yeah, chicken broth. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna shake up our chicken broth right here. And yeah, I'm just gonna pour a nice glass chicken broth here. Yeah, chicken broth. Oh, the nose on this chicken broth is so good. It's like fine wine. Yeah, okay. I think I actually like it more than coconut water, but it's not bad. Anyway, so why is this important? In a single serving, we have 720 milligrams of sodium. That right there, folks, is going to help me recover from my 12-mile run because I need to hold on to fluids. It's also good for gut health, I guess. I was reading about that. I don't know anything about it though, so gut people, don't yell at me. But this has a lot of sodium in it. I've seen this at some ultra marathons in the past. Pro tip, if you are running an ultra marathon and you need a pick-me-up, usually the aid stations will have some chicken broth. Have them boil some of that for you, especially if it's a cold race. Anyway, you ask them, hey, can you boil up some chicken broth? They will give you some warm chicken broth. And then what you can do is you can take a tortilla, fold the tortilla in half and then in half again, so in quarters, I guess. And then just dip your tortilla in your chicken broth. In a 50-mile race, it was the best pick-me-up I could ask for. And finally, we are here to discover who our super hydrator is. Milk. Okay, let me explain. I just ran 12 miles, so I have to take a sip. Delicious. Milk is a super hydrator because it has the perfect blend of nutrients you need to get fluid into your body. Milk has sodium in it. It has electrolytes in it. We already know why those are important. That means that your body's going to hold on to the water. Second, it has carbohydrates in it. Milk has sugars in it. We're going to activate that transporter and we're going to get the fluid where it needs to go more efficiently. And then two more important things that milk has in it is fat and protein. Fat is important because it slows down the amount of time that stuff gets emptied out of your stomach. This is good because it slows down your digestion a little bit, and what you end up with is that fluid having longer to absorb throughout your body. Protein has the same effect. It slows down digestion, and on top of that, protein is immediately starting to repair my muscles that I have damaged from my 12-mile run. And basically, milk is Mother Nature's recovery drink. If you look at any formulation of recovery drinks or protein shakes, it's basically an amped up version of milk. Next time you finish a long run, ride, swim, hike, row, whatever you're into, think about having a glass of milk. Until next time. Some of you remembered that I have another drink for you here that's supposed to reduce cramps. Everybody wants to reduce cramps, right? And that drink is pickle juice. I love pickles, so I just like buy pickles and then I just like drink out of the jar. Now, pickle juice shows early promise of being able to reduce cramps immediately after consuming it, but I will admit the science is pretty dodgy. The studies aren't good here. The research says that the acetic acid in the pickle juice from the vinegar, I don't know, acetic acid, acetic acid, acetic acid, anyway. And then from there, what it does is it, just reduces cramps somehow. I don't know, maybe because like when you're cramping, it's like an acid problem because it's not lactate. New video on that coming soon. Now, where this hits home for me is that I first started seeing pickle juice on ultra marathon courses, which I love to see because the way that they let you take it is via a little shot. And again, pickle juice has a bunch of salt in it, so that's good for you. And you get to take a shot of the pickle juice, which is great because, like we just talked about, I don't drink, so I don't take shots. So when I have a shot to take, it's a shot of pickle juice, which is kind of fun. Until next time, guys. That's so good. My God. Funny story, I just filmed that video and I learned that the pickles are best by December 13th of 2024. I'm filming this on May 15th of 2026. So I might never post another video because I might die.